Well, how y'all are this afternoon? This your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on, hey, what are we doing? Let's load and fire a percussion revolver from beginning to end. Bear with me, it takes a while. There's a reason why the Civil War lasted 5 years. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to get some 454 diameter soft lead balls that I made these up out of old plumbing lead, the softest, cleanest, softest lead you can find. That's what you make muzzle loading projectiles out of, regardless of what you're doing. I load with 15 grains. That's this thing. So you got this little gizmo, and you open the valve up, put your finger over the end of it, shake it up and down, let the valve go, and when you come back, your little nipple is full, and you can dump her in there, just like that. Now the next step is to get you a ball and drop it on there. Put your gun on half cock, one click back on these guys is freewheel. Bring your rammer down, and there you go, and nut crack that guy in there as far as you can. Okay? Now what I do is I always leave my loading ram down like this on the one that I did. That kind of keeps me in index, and I don't wind up, some people will take and put all of their powder in all of the cylinders and then seat bullets. What that puts you in a position to do is put two charges in one. And then they'll go ahead, and it won't go in there good, and they'll keep pushing it until finally they get that ball in there. And then they've got a double, see. Then they've got a double. And it nicely shaves off a little ring of lead when you put it in there. And that's good. That way you know it fits it just perfect. The ball can be a few thousandths too big, and it'll shave off a little ring when it goes into the chamber. Okay. All my balls are getting away. Keep up with my balls here. Down there. Run that up there. Roll it over the index and push her down in there. Okay. Good. Now load the next one. A lead spear. That on there. Come up here. Load that over. Bring it down. Crunch. Leave that guy there. Over here. Wild Bill Hickok used one of these things his entire career. And he died in like the 1890s. There was much better guns around for him to use. But, people, even today, they like to stay with what they know. I mean, I could have a big old SIG gun or Glock, but I got 1911. So, people stay with what they knew. And we get the last one crunched in there. Okay. Up there like that. Down there. Crunch her in there. Now, inspect it, make sure you got them all in there. And they're all seated about the right depth. Okay, what's next? What's next is Coca-Cola. You know me, I never throw away anything. So it's necessary to grease the front of the chamber over the ball in order to keep the fire from flying from here into the other chambers, and you get a chain fire and they all go off at once. I had it happen to me, I don't know, maybe 40 years ago. I used to fool with these things a lot, and I always have had these. I used to do Civil War reenacting, so I've always had one of these cotton picking things. When it chain fires, it gets real exciting real fast. I mean, it's like setting your pants on fire with a cutting torch. It's your moment of clarity. You don't have anything else to think about but that. It's a real moment of clarity. You don't have anything else to think about but that. So what you do is you get that grease down in there really good. What do I use? Well, I sure as shooting don't do boar butter, and I don't do all that ball stuff. That I don't use anything that's sold commercially for this purpose. I haven't found anything that was sold commercially for this purpose that works good. As a matter of fact, I was using a particular brand when I had that chain fire. And my buddy, who I was shooting with, had one about 2 weeks later, and he was using Crisco. And, I got away from that. So I found something that worked really good. Old reenactor I knew, used this stuff for everything. What is it? It is beeswax from the plumbing store, the toilet ring seal. It's nice and gooey and has it's very high in viscosity, and it packs in there good and it stays. It doesn't shoot out like boar butter or Crisco or something like that. And you want to have that thing full up to the end of the cylinder. It works really good. It costs like 98 cents for a pound of it, and it just works great for this application. And I lubricate if I had a rag, I'd be in business. It just works perfectly for this application. And it's like $1 for a pound of it. And I've got these Coca-Cola cans where I buy these chocolates from the vendors at the World War II reenactments. And, I can fill that Coca-Cola can up with beeswax, and this can will last me all year. Okay, what's next? Well, let me get the excess wiped off this thing. Okay. When you shoot it, it goes everywhere. It's pretty ridiculous stuff. All right, what's next? Well, we got her back on half cock there. The next step is to cap her up. I'm gonna shoot in a minute. Get back to the car. I ain't gonna stop the video. You just have to put up with me. I am very prepared when I come to do these videos. Some days I am, some days I ain't. I'm sitting around the house trying to figure out a video to do for the next video because we're fixing to send a batch of videos off to the editor. So I'm like, what can I do? Well, we haven't done a muzzleloading video in a while. We haven't done a video on percussion revolvers in a couple of years. Let's do that. So, you know, let's do that. Well, let's get something soft to push that guy with. Make sure it's on there good. Okay. That's not very good for that purpose. You know, find something else. Oh, like an ink pen. There it goes. There we go. Now we got something to push it on in there good and tight. Roll it around to the next one. Get another cap. Now these are number 11s. There's also a number 10 cap that's very minutely smaller than this. And you know, I think these nipples require a number 10 cap, but we're shooting a number 11s today. I think I got some 10s in the box, and I thought I had some 10s in the gun bag, but I didn't. So the cap may fall off of it while I'm shooting it, in which case I'll have to break down and recap it. There's a little inline capper gizmo you can get to do this, and I've never had any luck with that thing. Alright, we're almost loaded. Slowly rolling it over. I've got one of those personal defense silhouette targets down there. It's not specifically a police silhouette. It's one of the little personal defense ones from one of the big box stores. You know, first of the year I'm going to order a bunch of targets from Target Barn, B-21s or so forth. Now we got her all capped up. So we got us a target down there at 15 yards. And we're going to see what this guy will actually do at 15 yards. Okay. Here we go. There's a reason why the Civil War was 5 years long. 12 minutes into the video and I haven't even got it shot yet. Here we go. Here we go. Oops. What'd we do there? We didn't. Oh, we got a cap out of alignment there, looks like. All right, there we go. Now what? Well, it's locked up. Oh, what's our problem here? We got cap lock. No, all the caps are on it. What's the deal here? What's the dealio? Oh, there we go. Now, that one didn't. Oh, it's not catching. What's the deal here? There we go. All right, so we missed one. We went by one. All right. Sometimes little fragments of cap gets down into the action, and that's your problem. Now let's see what happens. That went. That cap come loose. Let's push it back there and see how it shoots. Holy mackerel, this thing shoots high. Yeah, these caps want to fall off. Get back up on there. There you go. Get back there when you see it shoot. This is a cannon, buddy. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, now. I got one that didn't fire, so I think it's that one there. I think it's still got an unfired cap on it, the one we got indexed. Those of you watching this video have never fired a real black powder gun with real black powder in it before. Black powder has a pretty interesting smell. It's somewhere between, all right, let's look, see if they're all fired out. You don't want to look right down the barrel of this thing, but you want to kind of look at it from off sides, make sure you shot them all. Yeah. Oh, let's go down and look and see what our accuracy actually looks like. Some of these guys shoot marvelously, some of them don't shoot worth a hoot. This one shoots rather high. Oh, Lord, there's 2 bullet holes right there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at 15 yards. No, wait a minute. There's a bullet hole here. No, that's where oh, that's a big chunk of grease went through there. That's the grease plug out of the cylinder. Oh, I love them. So that's 6 right there. That's not too bad at 15 yards. These guys aren't known for being extremely accurate. They make some very accurate guns, okay, but you know, you birdies make some fine guns. But these guys, I mean, if I had the time to shoot it and really work the dope in on it, and specifically and precisely load my work up a load, just like anything else, you know, it shoots better after you dope in a good load. But they're fun to shoot. I like to shoot them. You know, I've always enjoyed these things. So that's how you load and fire a percussion revolver. And it's pretty much the same for the Remington and everything else. You know, you've got a loading ram. Okay, you're loading that guy. And load each individual cylinder. Make sure you don't double load. Grease your cylinders good and make sure your caps are on tight. You know, and have fun. Well, there's a little muzzle loading percussion revolver video for you. Like, share, commentate, and subscribe. At the rate we're going, I'm going to be giving away another one pretty soon. I'm pushing 8,000 now. That one will be chosen from Patreon. So, you know, if you want a Heritage Rough Rider, or, you know, the 7,000 giveaway was a Wrangler. You know, we got Wranglers. I could buy Wranglers wholesale pretty cheaply. You know, I figure for $20 more, it might as well be a Wrangler. So, you know, it might be a Wrangler next time. And 8,000 will be chosen from Patreon support. Well, all right then. Like, share, commentate, and subscribe. Leave me no dollar in the Patreon bucket if you want to. And if you don't, I'll keep right on making content for you. Be of good cheer, you know. Be a good neighbor. Check on the old people. Be kind to everyone you meet. But have a plan. And God bless everybody, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye now.